Good morning, guys. Let's see, today is Monday, May 4th. Welcome to a new month. I know we had May 1st on Friday, but still, here's our first full week in May. We're starting a new book this week called Chickens Aren't the Only Ones. It is a book about the difference between egg-laying animals and non-egg laying animals. So animals that lay eggs to have babies are called oviparous. And then animals that have live births, like cats and dogs, they don't lay eggs, their babies come out alive, are called viviparous. So we're going to be looking at oviparous animals like chickens this week, so animals that lay eggs. Okay, so we're in packet May 4th through May 8th. Sorry, I got something in my throat. All right, so we are going to be starting on page 1. Make sure you go ahead and click the video above and listen to the story. Chickens aren't the only ones, because they're not the only animals that lay eggs. There's lots of them. So, we're gonna write up here on page 1 what we already know about animals that lay eggs. Okay, so maybe you can name some animals that you already knew laid eggs. Maybe you can name some things you know about animals that lay eggs. And then down at the bottom, you're gonna write new information. You can add, we call it to your schema. That's to your knowledge you already know in your brain. So they want us to draw and write about what you already know about animals that lay eggs at the top part. So I know chicken, or let's say birds. I know birds and reptiles lay eggs. I knew insects lay eggs. Okay. Maybe you could think of some other things that you already knew about animals that lay eggs, are oviparous animals. Now, down at the bottom, we're gonna write new information that we just learned. So probably you just learned that animals that lay eggs are called oviparous. So I'm gonna write animals that lay eggs are called oviparous. That is spelled O-V-I-P-A-R-O-U-S. All right. That was new information that I learned. I also learned that sharks, and I can't remember what the other one was, lay eggs called mermaid purses. I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what they call them. The ones that kind of look like they're like wrapped up in seaweed are called mermaid purses. I didn't know that. That was new information to me. So I'm gonna write that down at the bottom too. So once you are done writing what you already knew and new information you just learned, you can draw pictures to match if you would like. You don't have to. We're gonna go ahead and move on to page 2. Page 2 is vocabulary. Our vocabulary word is mammals. Now, mammals are animals that are opposite of animals that lay eggs. Okay, so mammals usually have fur or hair. They have a backbone. They give birth to live babies, so they don't lay eggs, and they breathe air. They breathe oxygen. Okay? So, it says mammals are animals that are viviparous. They have live births, so they have live babies. Their babies come out already alive. They don't need to grow more in an egg. So it wants us to pick a mammal and write a sentence explaining why it's a mammal. So I'm gonna pick a cat. So I'm gonna say, a cat is a mammal because it has fur and has live, L-I-V-E, babies. Period. Okay? You can also add a cat has a backbone, a cat breathes air. Those are other things that make a mammal, okay? You have to have all four of those. You have to give live births, you have to have fur or hair, you have to have a backbone, and you have to breathe air in order to be a mammal. It's one of the reasons that we're a mammal. Humans are mammals, right? We have fur, hair, even on our arms. So we have hair. We have backbones. That's our spine that runs from our neck down to our tailbone, right along our back. That's our backbone. We give birth to live babies. When you are born, you're born alive. You're not born in an egg. And we breathe oxygen. So that makes us a mammal. Animals are the same way. And not all fish are oviparous. So they showed a lot of fish in our story that were oviparous, right? But not all fish are oviparous. Can you think of a fish that's not oviparous, that's viviparous, that has live babies? Yeah, whales, dolphins, sharks lay eggs, whales, dolphins. That's all I can think of right now. But they all give birth to live babies. So that's the difference. So on here, page 2, you're gonna pick a mammal and write a sentence explaining why it's a mammal. Now, whales and dolphins also have fur and hair. They have little bits of it, but they have it. They have backbones. They have to come up to the surface to breathe air. They can hold their breath for a really long time underwater, but they still have those spouts, and they have to come up to the surface to breathe air. They still breathe air, and they give birth to live babies. So they still meet all the criteria to be a mammal. Crazy, right? Even though they spend the majority of their life underwater, they're still a mammal. Isn't that cool? All right. On to page 3. Sorry, the 3 sideways. 3. We are going to be decoding our sentence. So we are going to need, there's my colored pencils. We are going to need a blue, an orange, and a yellow. Blue. Are you blue or purple? You're purple. Blue, orange, yellow. Okay. My sentence says, there are many animals that lay eggs. There are many animals that lay eggs. All right. So I'm going to be doing my nouns in blue. There are many animals. Ooh, animals is a noun. I'm going to circle it in blue. That lay eggs. Eggs is also a noun. There are many animals that lay eggs. That's all I see. Yep. All right, let's look at our verbs. Okay, so remember, verbs are our action words, the action in the sentence, what the nouns, what the subject of the sentence is doing or are doing in the sentence. So there are many animals that lay eggs. So what is the action happening? Yeah, laying eggs, right, is the action. So lay, using orange, lay is going to be our verb. Okay, what are they laying? They're laying eggs. Eggs are a noun. So the animals are the subject. What are they doing? They are laying eggs. Okay, laying is the action. Eggs is the noun, another noun. Okay, so that's the only verb in our sentence. So now we are on to adjectives. Now, adjectives are words that describe a noun. Okay, so when I read my sentence, this one's a little tricky, but there is a word in here that is describing the word animals. Okay, there's not a word that's describing eggs. If it said there are many animals that lay golden eggs, golden would describe the eggs, it would be an adjective. Or there are many animals that lay eggs that are spotted. Spotted would describe eggs. Okay, but there's no adjective describing the word eggs right now. It's just eggs. But there is an adjective, there is a word describing animals. Okay, does anyone see it? Yeah, many. Many is describing how many animals. It could say there are 8 animals that lay eggs. There's more than that, but 8 would be describing animals. It could say there are big animals that lay eggs. There are small animals that lay eggs. Big and small would be describing animals. But in this sentence, there are many animals. So we are going to circle many in yellow. There's something else I have to do with this yellow. Who remembers? Yes, I need to color in the first letter in my sentence and the punctuation mark at the end. So I'm going to color in the T in the word there and the period at the end of my sentence. And the very last thing I have to do, now that I have the sentence decoded, is to say how many words are in my sentence. There are many animals that lay eggs. There are many animals that lay eggs. There are many animals that lay eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to write a 7 on that line. And voila, that is it for page 3. Now we're going to go to page 4. We're still working on our AR words. AR says R like a pirate. So we are going to cut out the letters, build the word, and then write it, and you're going to figure out the secret word for me. So first word is star, card, yarn, yarn. Star, card, yarn. Use the letters you have left. Remember, it's an R word, so it's going to have AR in it. Maybe it's at the end. Maybe it's in the middle. Figure out what the secret word is. Build it there. Draw me a picture. Write it over there. All done. Page 4. Secret word. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, page 5. Write the word. Down at the bottom is our word bank. Can you read the words with me? They're a little bigger this week. G-R, garden. There's the word den. Garden. arp, sharp, argue, argue, large, large, harvest, harvest, garbage, garbage, car, look at that, car, cartoon, larva, larva, sparkle, sparkle. All right. So you are going to match those words at the bottom to the pictures at the top. Write the word that matches the picture under it. And you are all done with reading for today. Ba-da-dum-bum, bum. All right, I will see you guys at Read Aloud. We have PE on Mondays, so I'll be sure to post a PE video. Like I said, you can use it, you can do something else. I'm sure your parents have lots of things you can do around the house to help them. So maybe you can go out and wash the car, or maybe you can, I don't know. I'm running out of ideas, but there's lots of things you can do. I've seen kids washing windows. I've seen kids washing dishes. All of those are activities that get you up and moving. Maybe you have your own exercises you do. Maybe you go for a walk. Maybe you go for a bike ride. Maybe you just go outside and run around your house 3 times. I don't know. Go play with your brothers and sisters or cousins outside. But get up and get active. All right. I'll see you guys at Read Aloud.